because you always just gotta act when defending.
I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button and you're commenting and offering your opinions. Now, a quick video. I know I always say I'm going to be here quick, but I really am. Obviously, I'm sure you all saw last night as we draw to the conclusion of all the European top leagues, William Saliba has won Ligue Young Player of the Year. Fantastic reward, and it's a great reflection of his development. Still got a long way to go. He's not going to, well, we haven't seen him play for Arsenal in an official game for a minute. He's not going to arrive at Arsenal, the best centre back in the Premier League or the world. He's still raw in certain aspects, still has a lot to work on, but it's a good reward. I think he's had good games, great games, bad games, volatile games. He's gone through good or bad moments, like by the man's admission himself. He had a tough February. You know, he's still learning the tricks and trades of the game. Still needs to not give away certain unnecessary fouls, but he's become more polished. And you know, he's played 36 times in Liga, 40 plus when you consider the European games. You know, almost got into a final of the Conference League. You know, it'd be interesting to see what's being said. Champions League football. Obviously, he's been called up by France. He's a mainstay. You know, he's played significant minutes of any young player out there. So you can't rule out what's going to happen with his future. You know, he could return to Marseille or go somewhere else or stay at Arsenal. But I believe recent reports that he is going to be given a chance, and he should be given a chance. You know, he's going to come back more polished. At the end of the day, while I would have loved him to stay at Arsenal Football Club and play at periods, because I think at sometimes, and he could have put pressure on them. If the manager doesn't really have plans for you and he sends you out on loan to develop, fair enough. Minutes are currency. And let's just hope now, with his loan spell at Nice, going back to Saint Etienne, now obviously Marseille, becoming a French international, he's got more of a solid grounding to come and force the issue at Arsenal, because, you know, it'd be a luxury to have. You look at Liverpool, they've got 4 quality centre backs. They've got Matip, Van Dijk, obviously Joe Gomez is there, and they've just bought, you know, I keep saying 50 million, but 35 or so million on Canate. So that's fantastic depth, and that's the blueprint. I think there's enough games for everyone to play, and at the end of the day, it's all about being competitive. So yeah, I've offered my opinions on Saliba. You can actually, I think I have a Saliba playlist, so I've done bare Saliba videos. So I've offered my extended thoughts on the guy. I think a lot of, I do think there's general improvements he needs to make, especially in terms of his heading for someone 6 foot plus. But his heading's improved, his marking's improved, his anticipation's improved, his risk to reward when to play certain passes, he's getting better. As I said, he's not all the way there yet. Sometimes I think he gets caught watching the man and not the ball, and the ball and not the man. Sometimes I think he gets caught flat-footed. And I know Marseille are in double figures for clean sheets, but if you watch them, or people that watch them, I wouldn't say they're necessarily a good defensive side. Collectively, they're full of brain farts at times. So there's a lot of probably bad habits he's still got in his game because of his age and obviously where he's at there. So it is what it is. But courtesy of the Athletic, I mean, you can see this in various outlets, people. William Saliba, Arsenal loanee, wins Liga Young Player of the Year with Marseille, people. And he's beat some very good players, you know. Castello Luqueba, I can't pronounce his name, but that's the left-sided centre-half at Lyon. I can't lie, if we were to believe rumours that we're selling Gabriel, that's who I'm going for, because I believe him and that Gusto brother at Lyon, they're going to have a fantastic future. While you're at it, get Aouar. I mean, Caluendo at Lens, very good player, scored some decisive goals the other day off the bench as well for Lens. I think if I was him, I'd force the issue and look to leave PSG permanently. I think he might just be on the move. Nuno Mendes, obviously at PSG, is great. I believe his friend, and you know, Kylian Mbappe's won this award 3 times in a row. So it is what it is. Congratulations to Saliba. You know, he's got confidence from playing, learned a lot, been capped by his country, and has something to remember himself by. In a nice way, I hope this is your last spell in France for the foreseeable future. If I'm honest with you, at least, you know, hope you come and stay at Arsenal for a couple of years, and when your career is winding down, if you want to go back in it. It is what it is. I want to see on him, on the Gabriel, and 50 on Ben White, that's a significant outlay to still be talking about defense. I think they can cause problems to each other to go with Tomiyasu able to play at right back and centre half. You know, if Saliba locks it down, then it's Saliba and Gabriel. If Gabriel's messing about, then it's Ben White and Saliba, or it continues being the centre half pairing we're seeing, or maybe all three are in good form and Tomiyasu's a bit shaky, so Ben White goes over there, or we might see more of Tomiyasu at right back again. We're going to be in Europe in some capacity, whether that's Champions League or Europa League. Not to mention, as an Arsenal fan, I want to go as far as we can in the FA Cup as well, etc., etc. There's enough games, people, really is. And if I'm honest, there's been times Ben White and more recently Gabriel could have been dropped for Saliba's opportunities, but minutes are currency. I think the decision to go out on loan has done well. As I said, he's made 36 appearances in Ligue 1 for Marseille. They're currently sat third. They've was 3,240 people, which probably only only Guendouzi's probably behind him as well. So yeah, and Guendouzi's played a lot of minutes as well, people. So yeah, he's been called up to France. Obviously, we'll see if he'll be able to remain in the French setup for the World Cup, because if you're not particularly playing, I think it'll be a very interesting 6 months initially. Like, I think Saliba and Arteta at least see how it goes until January of next year. But if you're Saliba, maybe you can't afford that. But still, he's only 21, people. So, yeah, it is what it is, people. I mean, his last match was against Rennes. I think he's suspended for the Strasbourg game. So, yeah, I think that, you know, he's had a up by his country and become a French international. And obviously, he's been given an award. So, one love to Saliba. Big in the summer, you can be given an opportunity to show Arteta you've improved, ultimately being used in the team. That's all I've got to say on this, people. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe if you haven't. Follow on all the socials. Everything's in the description. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag, defending.
I think it's like